Hi and welcome to a new video in Python programming. In the previous video we talked about modules. We talked about how to create them, how to import them, how to use them. It was a simple module and just for the sake of showing how it works. In this video, which is a continuation of what we did in the previous video, we're going to look at some modules that already exist and look at some of its attributes and how to use them. I will start by showing you the math module. So import math, and let's run the code. It ran, no problems. That means the module exists. And now you can go here and say math dot, and then hit tab. It will show you the attributes or the available functions within this module. So is the arc sine, cosine inverse, cosine hyperbolic, sine, sine hyperbolic, tan, tan hyperbolic, and ceiling for rounding up, and then copy sine and so on, and then the basic trig functions as well, cosine, to many other functions, the gamma function, the exponential functions, and so forth. And if you go down, you'll find the log functions, log base 10, and that's log base e, pi, radians, and so on. And if we go a little bit further down, we see the square root function in here. We used to use to the power 0.5 in the previous videos. Here's one way we can access the square root function. So we can have math and then square root tab, let's say 16, and other function, math dot sine of, let's say 30, and now we're in trouble. Sine 30 is 0.5, but obviously this is in radians, not in degrees. So by default, the trig functions are calculated in this module in radians. We can convert an angle from radians to degrees by using the math dot degree command. So math dot degree, and let's say we say 2 radians. That'll be converted into degrees. Vice versa, we could do math dot radians, and let's say 60 degrees. That would be the value of that angle in radians. So once converted, we can save it in a variable and compute whichever format we want, degrees or radians. We can use math dot copy sine, and let's put here 5 comma -7. It will switch the value or the sign of the second index to the first index. So here, -5. So you copy the sign of y to x. You can use the pow function, math.power, P-O-W, of, let's say, 2 comma 5. That would be 2 to the power 5. Okay. Finally, e to the power x can be done math.exponential exp to the power, let's say, 1. E to the 1 is e, so obviously this is e here. Another neat module to get used to is import decimal. So that, and then decimal dot tab, and you will see the possibilities. Again, various options for rounding and decimal related operations. So I'll let you kind of play around with this. So I just wanted to mention this here, so it does exist and you could do a lot of fun stuff with it. Another nice module is the date time module. So let's import that. Date time. So let's go date time dot tab, and let's go with the first one, date, and then dot again. That's a class, so it contains other attributes or other methods. Tab, let's say today, and hit enter. It tells you this is a function, so you would need to include the parentheses, and it gives you the date for today, 2017, March 3rd. So this is if you're using the date class. Let's use datetime dot datetime, today. And we get year, month, day, and then time, the hour, the minute, the second, millisecond. You can turn to the Python documentation on datetime module to see our package, to see the available options. So let me see here. There it is. Datetime, basic types, and then it shows you all the options, the available types. That's the one we use here. .date, .time, each one, what does it do? And then the objects included within this package. Time delta. This allows you to deal with it as a number, so you can add, say, you save the date as a date object, and then plus, let's say 5, it adds 5 days and so on. So you'll be able to deal with it with again in numeric context. More details is also as you go further down. Examples, the date object, and then details in here. .today. This is the one we tried. Try the other ones. And then there is the weekday, weekend. Is it weekday, true or false, and so forth. And if you keep going further down, you'll hit the date time objects, and then again with similar description and similar details further down. You can do a lot of things with this. You could see we still have a lot more to go down, so I'm going to skip pretty quick here, but there's a lot of options for you to consider. There are many other modules that already exist, and based on the kind of applications you'll be doing, it kind of determines which modules you'll be using more. If you're into visualization and graphing and all these kind of things, the matplotlib would be the way to go. If you're into statistics and computing variance, standard deviation, and all these things, the statistics module is helpful. If you're into data analysis and machine learning, and there are other libraries for these things as well. If you're into image processing, another library. And if you're into building GUIs and graphical interfaces and that, so there's also multiple packages for these as well. So it depends on the kind of application you do. Google search, again, gauge your interest and see what interests you the most, and Google, and you'll find a lot of options. Another useful module is the OS, operating system tools. So if you go os.tab, it will allow you to change directory, creating a directory, deleting a directory, and so on. Here's the documentation page, operating system interfaces. Again, it shows all the possible methods included within this package. Again, you can scroll down again from making a directory and other things. If you scroll further down, files and directories, it will show you some of these commands that you could do. Probably this is more common than the other ones, but feel free to look at all of them and see what fits your needs. I hope that this video and the previous one kind of got you more excited about Python and excited about the possibilities that you can do. A lot of things are out there, so you don't have to invent the wheel. Most, if not all, the things you need are already on there. So even hit things that we haven't even discussed, kind of explore it and see how to use it. Google it. Try to write like an entire program, even a short program that executes something that interests you. This is how we learn programming, by actually doing it. So for now, this is it for this video. I hope you're enjoying Python as we go further and further. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.